You've probably seen those bold online claims, videos, and posts insisting that mixing olive oil with baking soda will somehow spark instant vitality, instant energy, and instant circulation, especially for older men. But what almost nobody explains is what actually happens inside your body when you combine these two ingredients, or why a doctor is warning seniors to pause before trying it. Because behind the trend lies a deeper story about circulation, aging, and male wellness that most men don't learn until much later. And you're about to hear the part they never show in those quick tips and viral hacks. Because the truth is this: circulation is one of the quiet forces shaping your energy, your mobility, your warmth, your confidence, and yes, your sexual well-being. As you age, it becomes even more important to understand what helps it and what silently strains it. And while olive oil and baking soda each have their place in kitchens around the world, using them together as a shortcut for male vitality misses the real science behind how your vessels work. And once you understand that science, the whole story shifts. As you reach your 50s, 60s, and 70s, your circulatory system becomes more sensitive to stress, diet, sleep, and daily habits, far more sensitive than most men realize. Your vessels slowly lose flexibility over time, making it harder for blood to move with the same ease it once did. At first, the changes are subtle. Maybe you feel tired more easily. Maybe standing up feels a bit slower. Maybe warmth takes longer to return to your hands and feet. These signs aren't failures. They're messages from a system that wants attention. And that's exactly where misunderstandings about quick fixes begin. Online, shortcuts are everywhere. People mix baking soda into water to alkalize the body. People take spoonfuls of olive oil for instant energy. But when the doctor looked closely at the trend of mixing the two together, especially for older men, he noticed something alarming. Not because the mixture is inherently dangerous, but because it distracts from the much deeper process that actually influences male vitality, the flexibility and responsiveness of your blood vessels. And those vessels respond not to tricks, but to nourishment, movement, and chemistry far more complex than a kitchen combination. Baking soda alone affects stomach acidity, not circulation. Olive oil alone supports healthy fats and heart function, but not instantly. Together, they don't suddenly unlock better performance or stronger blood flow, yet many men believe they will, because the real underlying issue is rarely talked about openly. Men often turn to home remedies when they start feeling changes in stamina or confidence, searching for something simple, something private, something quick. But what the doctor explains is that these shifts in circulation aren't solved in a glass or a spoon. They're solved by understanding how your vessels age and what they need to stay resilient. And this is where the story takes an unexpected turn, because while the olive oil and baking soda mixture isn't the miracle the internet promises, there is a specific natural powder, commonly overlooked, affordable, and widely studied, that genuinely supports healthy blood flow when used appropriately. But the doctor insists on one thing: before you learn what that powder is, you must understand why it works, and why so many men waste years chasing mixtures that were never designed to support their circulation in the first place. The twist is that the real powder isn't exotic at all. It's beetroot powder, rich in natural dietary nitrates, that your body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that helps support the relaxation and flexibility of your blood vessels. But the important point isn't to rush and mix it with baking soda or olive oil. The important point is understanding that male circulation doesn't improve because of a trick. It improves because your vessels respond to nourishment and oxygen more effectively. And once you see how beetroot supports that process, the olive oil and baking soda myth finally starts to unravel. What makes beetroot different from household ingredients is its relationship with your blood vessels. Instead of affecting your stomach or your digestion, it supports the chemical pathway that allows your vessels to widen naturally, helping blood move with greater ease. This isn't about instant transformations. It's about helping your body do what it's designed to do. And as the doctor begins to explain how this process works, you start to see why so many men feel frustrated when quick hacks fail, and why understanding the foundation of circulation changes everything. The doctor explains that as you age, your vessels don't lose strength, they lose flexibility. That flexibility is what allows blood to flow smoothly, allowing your body to respond to stress, movement, temperature changes, and yes, moments of intimacy. When your vessels stiffen, your circulation slows, and your energy begins to fade. Beetroot powder supports the natural processes that encourage vessel relaxation, helping your system work with more ease. And this understanding, this shift from remedy to support, is the part that most men don't hear until years later. You begin to see that the appeal of the olive oil and baking soda mixture comes from a place of hope. It's simple, it's quick, it's private. Men look for solutions they can try without embarrassment or explanation. But the doctor wants you to approach your body with something deeper than secrecy. He wants you to approach it with care. When you choose foods that nourish your vessels, when you move your body in ways that encourage circulation, and when you support your natural chemistry instead of trying to hack it, the results feel more stable, more natural, and far more sustainable. And that's where real confidence begins to return. The doctor clarifies something important. Beetroot powder is not a magic bullet. It doesn't override years of stress, or poor sleep, or dehydration. What it does is assist your circulatory system so your body can function at its best. That assistance becomes especially meaningful for seniors because your vessels depend more heavily on nutritional support as the decades pass. When you combine that support with hydration, movement, and balanced lifestyle choices, your circulation begins to find a steadier rhythm. And that rhythm is what men often describe as feeling like myself again. What surprises most men isn't the science. It's the simplicity. The power of circulation doesn't come from dramatic interventions. It comes from small, steady habits. The food you eat, the routines you build, the way you manage stress, the way you breathe. When all of these elements work together, your circulation strengthens. When they don't, you feel it. And that's why the doctor warns against relying on mixtures like olive oil and baking soda, because they distract from what truly creates long-term vitality. Your body doesn't need tricks. It needs teamwork. So what do you do with this knowledge? You start by stepping away from shortcuts. Not because they're dangerous, but because they're incomplete. The doctor encourages you to think about circulation the same way you think about a relationship. It requires attention, consistency, and understanding. You wouldn't expect a relationship to heal from a single gesture, and your vessels are no different. They respond to patterns, not moments, to nourishment, not novelty. And this shift in perspective becomes the foundation for a healthier, more confident version of you. Imagine your morning routine now. Instead of rushing to mix baking soda with olive oil in the hope of sudden improvement, you pause. You make a choice aligned with how your body actually works. Maybe you add beetroot powder to a smoothie, or to your breakfast routine. Maybe you walk for 10 minutes in the morning to get your blood moving. Maybe you stretch, hydrate, or practice slow breathing to lower pressure in your vessels. These small actions do something those viral mixtures cannot. They support your circulatory system in a way that builds stability over time. And something interesting happens when you make these small changes. You begin to feel more connected to your body, not frustrated by it. You start noticing improvements in energy, in warmth, in stamina, and in confidence, not because you fixed anything, but because you supported the systems that allow your body to thrive. Men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s often report that with the right habits, they feel more capable than they did years earlier. That shift, feeling capable, is where wellness and confidence meet, and it's far more meaningful than anything you could mix in a glass. The doctor closes his explanation with a reminder many seniors find unexpectedly comforting. Aging doesn't mean losing your strengths. It means learning new ways to support them. Your vessels, your stamina, your vitality, these don't disappear with age. They simply require different care than they did in your younger years. When you understand what your body needs, you stop chasing instant results and start choosing habits with long-lasting impact. And those habits become your new source of stability, strength, and self-assurance. So the next time you hear someone say that mixing olive oil with baking soda will spark instant circulation, you'll know the truth. Not because you memorized ingredients, but because you understand your body deeper than before. Circulation isn't revived in seconds. It's strengthened through knowledge, nourishment, patience, and intention. Your wellness journey doesn't end with age, it evolves. And when you support that evolution wisely, you don't just feel better physically, you feel more confident in who you are and in the years still ahead of you, one thoughtful choice at a time.